Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle and I do all things budgeting. Also include some lifestyle videos as well. Today we're going to be actually closing out my January's sinking funds and savings. So we're going to get on into it. I know it's a little late, but it's better late than never. So I already started to fill some of it out and then left some for us to go through. So these are going to be my categories for 2022. We have fun, which is anything fun related, any dates or any trips we decide to go on. Health covers any co-pays, anything that we need to buy, such as like vitamins or anything like that. Holidays are just what it is. We currently really only celebrate 2 holidays, which is Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we normally save up for all of that so that we can enjoy those holidays. So, and then also holidays will cover like gifts and birthdays and stuff like that. Then we have household, and I already know that I have a household budget for my cashless cash envelopes, but this household is more so for like buying clothes, doing big bulk shopping, any like small little decor and projects that I want to do in the house, things of that sort. That is what that household budget is for. I have my regular savings just for me. And that is just like my mini emergency fund, my mini savings to build for myself and myself alone. I have a quarterly challenge that I am doing, or savings challenge that I am doing. And then I also have a yearly challenge that I am doing as well. For my regular savings, I am doing a challenge for that as well. It's a monthly challenge. So technically I have 3 challenges that I'm doing for the year. I am thinking that I may cut out my yearly challenge and put the money that I was putting into the yearly into my quarterly challenge to get to some of my goals faster, because my quarterly challenge, once I meet the needs for that quarter, that money is gonna go to something. So like, for instance, maybe I save $1,000 for my quarterly challenge and I put that towards fund to help fund whenever we go somewhere or something like that. So my quarterly challenge is a challenge to support other things. So, and then lastly is transportation. I'm gonna change this to like auto or something like that, because this is just a little too long. But that just covers registration fees, anything that I have to pay for my car, and then also my car insurance. I was very lucky that I did have some money in there to help offset offset paying for my 6 months premium for my car insurance for January through June, I think, or July. So let's just jump right on into it. Y'all, my husband is so sweet. He just brought me like some mimosa, or brought me a mimosa. So I'm actually gonna drink some. And I think I bought this orange juice and it has pulp in it. Or at least it looks like it has pulp in it. Who knows? Anyways, so like I said, let's just jump right on into this. So for fun, let me get my calculator out. I don't really show y'all my calculations, but for fun, we had $160, and it says that I added 25. Now I'm gonna go back to my budget for last month because I don't remember adding 25, but I did. Okay, so we added 25. There was nothing that was taken out. Make sure you guys can see that. So my ending balance is 185 for my fun. Next is my health. And I added I had $120 in there. and I added $10. So that brings me, I didn't spend anything in January, so that brings me to $130. For holidays, that was a new thing that I started at the beginning of the year because it just wasn't working out in household, if that makes sense, to just have them all bundled up, because then I would be digging into that pot way too much, and I just don't think that I would have what I want to have for holidays saved up at that time. So I separated it out of household, so it had nothing in there starting, but I added, I added $10. I did not spend anything, so now that is at $10. Sorry if y'all hear noise outside. There's like construction going on like across the way, and it's like super loud. Next is going to be household. I had $140 in there. I added $10. I have not spent anything out of there, so we are at $150. We have savings at $521.84. I added $31 for my monthly challenge, and then I took out $500 to roll over into February. If you don't know, I am on maternity leave. As of today, I want to say tomorrow, which is really weird because tomorrow is technically baby girl's 4th week. However, if we're doing it from her due date, it would be the 18th. That would make her a month old. So this week she'll be a month old. And so I had a beautiful baby girl, and so I'm on maternity leave until like mid-April-ish. So I did save up some money. So $500 was taken out of the savings. So that left me at let me add this up. 2184 plus 31 equals 5284. And let me just make sure that matches with what's on my budget. Excuse me. Y'all, maybe I don't know how to count money. Okay, yes, so we're good. Oh, I just put this in here wrong. Okay, y'all, I was just making sure because I'm like looking through stuff and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Okay, so that is correct. Next is going to be my quarterly challenge, which I started off at 0 and I added $84 to that. I did not take any money out, and so we are at $84 for quarterly challenge. My yearly challenge had $1,556.20 in there. This originally was like my maternity leave savings, but now that account will now turn into my yearly. So I added $50 there, but I did take out $1,550, and so we are going to do 1,556.20 plus 50 minus 1,550 puts me at 5620 for that account. And then for transportation, I started off at $350. I added $29, but then I actually took out $350 to cover half of my bill for my Geico auto insurance for 6 months. So that just left me at $29 for that account. So we are going to go and add all of this up to see how much money I have ended off with in my current sinking funds. So we have 185 plus 130 plus $10 plus 150 plus 52.84 plus 84 plus 56.20 plus 29. So that leaves me at 697.04 going into February. And then we have my emergency fund, HOA, and this is household for the actual house, for my household account. So I did remove the emergency fund because I used to also fund it out of my regular account, but now the household account is just going to be funding that. So for my emergency fund, we started off at $1401.22. I added $40, and then we actually had literally the weekend prior to me going into labor, our heater kind of just stopped working. We called around just in case we weren't able to figure out what the issue was. My husband was able to come home and kind of fix the situation, but we decided to call a guy. He walked us through it just to make sure that we did everything correctly, and he absolutely was amazing. He did not have to help us over the phone, and he did not charge us. He did, however, still want to come out and check our heater because our house is only like a year old, and he was saying that that shouldn't like go out in the first place. So my husband was like, yeah, he was awesome, let him come out. So he actually came and just checked everything, fixed some of our vents so that all of our vents were kind of pushing out the equal amount of like air and heat. And then we also got a 6-month like treatment. So I think in like May or June, he'll also come out to check our AC to make sure we're getting like everything is going good with that. So we kind of paid for that in advance. He'll come to our house twice this year, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, I took it out of our emergency fund. So that was $124.49. And that like legit happened. He came out the day that I gave birth. So it was super weird. But I'm glad that I was available to like answer him. So he wasn't like, oh, these people like played me. So that left me with 1316.73. Our HOA, we paid out the full amount for the entire year in our January's budget. And I did not care for that. And I had told myself when we got our house that I was going to save up, but I never did. So I have made an account, well, not really an account, but a line item for HOA to save every month for it so that next year in 2023, when it's due, that money's already there and we're not taking it out of our full account. And then I have another household account, y'all. But this is going to be a little bit different, or it's going to be different from the other households account. This household account is strictly for our actual house, for actual projects for our house or anything extra that we need to do for the household. In terms of covering things. So like we're getting into spring, we may need to buy, if our lawn care doesn't cover it, if we need to buy new trees or new flowers or add mulch or buy rocks, or finish any kind of projects that we're doing inside of our house, this household will be able to cover that, any maintenance that's going on. So, once a year we get our dryer vents and AC vents cleaned. We have once a year our tankless water heater gets serviced. If we want to do a power wash on our house, which I'm thinking about getting that done for year 2. We want to buy a new fridge. I also want a new washer and dryer. So all of that will kind of get saved up in this household account to cover those kind of expenses. So that is what household is for. And once again, that is strictly being budgeted out of our household account. There's nothing in either of them. Nothing was added to either of them. So that is just where we are. Things won't really start getting put into these accounts until I get back to work, because I do want to contribute more money to our household account so that the household account can cover for those things. So that is where we are for my sinking funds, you guys. I know this is kind of a little bit like weird. All the numbers are not like fully put together, but I just wanted to make sure I got this out because this is definitely coming out well 2-3 weeks into February. But this is just where we are right now, and we will see what happens in February in a couple of weeks. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section down below. Talk to me, you know, tell me what's going on with your sinking funds. How are your savings challenges going? I know that it's only month 2, but a lot of the times things hit the fan in January and we go into month 2 like, yeah, we're gonna scrap this, scrap that, scrap this. So very interested to hear about how that is going. This is just where I am, and I'll see you guys in the next one.